everybody, it's Charlie again, and I'm currently playing Delta Force. And this will be another review in 2025 about a game that recently came out and has been killing it. Honestly, it plays well, and well, we'll talk about it more in the review. Other than that, let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. Sup guys, doing another review here with a great new game that came out with Unreal Engine 5 pushing this engine for the graphics of this game. But anyways, here's some fun gameplay, a new FPS that's been, making some waves, in my opinion. It's one of the better ones. The best part is that it's totally free, guys. That's the best part. And it shows that refined gameplay, good graphics, and cool modes for an FPS are still possible even when the game is completely free. Now, as you can see some of the gameplay here, I try to put the FPS up top. There's drops if you're playing with VSync off. If you turn on VSync, there is very stable. People forget to do that, so they think there's issues on consoles. There's really none. On the big maps, when there's a lot of explosions, you might see some drops, but you won't even tell because they're slight and they happen so quick. For the most part, the game plays well. It handles well, as you can see as I'm running around. The gunplay feels good. You may notice some floatiness at some point because obviously it's free, but there's been updates and they've been fixing stuff. Here's the main modes, guys. Warfare, Operations, Black Hawk Down. Story mode is Black Hawk Down. Operations is like a team mode, co-op, and then Team Deathmatch. Recent update, I believe, added that, which will remind you of the, Modern Warfare games, which is really cool. Interiors look amazing. Obviously, I did this on purpose. I usually play on performance, but I played on quality, and I put the 120, which is a bit of overkill. But I wanted to show you some of the beautiful textures and graphics since it is Unreal Engine 5, guys. And it plays pretty damn well considering, everything that it adds to the game. But if you look at here while I'm taking a swim, also showing you what it looks like underwater, there is a cyclone mode as well, or there is, I guess, weather effects like lightning, and there you could fight during a storm. You just saw that. It's crazy effects. There is destructible environments, sort of like Battlefield, so it's like a mix of Battlefield and Modern Warfare. Hopefully they add gunfight, right? But here's my loadout, my favorite guns that I use. 50 cal, there's assault rifles, snipers, shotguns, the works. Okay, and as you level up, you gain access to new weapons, just like most FPSs. This one surprisingly has shown great hit detection, even though it is a new game. And it kind of makes you think, if these bigger companies don't want to do certain things, how is this company doing it for free? You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes you think. But anyways, here's some more maps. There's not a lot of maps yet, but the ones they do have are fun to play on. Obviously, I like to play Team Deathmatch more than the bigger maps because I come from Modern Warfare, but sometimes I do try the bigger maps, which are pretty fun. Spawning in is so easy. You can pick your spawn point kind of like Battlefield, which is really cool. As you get in here, you'll notice that reloads are pretty cool. The effects, the gun sounds are loud. They sound like actual weapons. There's some fixes that you'll notice sometimes that are there's very minuscule glitches. For the most part, it plays like right out of the box, like it's really great, It's very surprising that it works so well. But aside from all that, the interface is the only thing I have an issue with. It's very complicated to add a friend and play with. At least for me, I don't know, I'm used to it being so simple, but you guys will figure it out as you go. I was just trying to show some of the environments here, the rain and the lightning. That's why I'm walking around in this clip. But the gunplay is really pleasant. They do have an effect where you get the kill and you get the points, and it can get kind of addicting. Not as addicting as Modern Warfare, but it does feel good to get the kill. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could see the dot side, everything works pretty damn well for a new game. Here's some of the operators, guys. Each of these guys have their own special move. They also have, I believe, I haven't done it yet, but they have finishers in the game, which I haven't been able to pull off yet because I'm not an expert in the game. But some of these guys are really cool. They have bows and arrows, special grenades with like a cannon thing, because it's sort of futuristic weapons, but it's boots on the ground, so you won't see any running on walls or doing crazy stuff. If you like more of this kind of game, I think you would enjoy it if you're an old school Modern Warfare player. You know what I'm saying? And obviously pick your favorite operator. I haven't unlocked all of them yet. I usually focus with the first guy. I haven't learned the names yet, but I have well over 20 hours playing, mostly with my pal. I put some of the videos up. I did play the campaign and the operations mode. They need a little work, but they look great and they play pretty well. Operations is way too difficult. You guys know how those modes are. But yeah, they can still be fun if you're more tactical. Anyways, here's some of the vehicles in the game, like tanks and stuff like that, that you can just spawn in at whenever, which is pretty cool. You can request them during gameplay. There's a way to do it. Leave pressing triangle and then going all the way to the bottom. I wish I would put a clip of it, but it's not hard to do that. Anyways, as you shoot with the tank, one of you guys aims, and you guys know how it works when you play tank battles and stuff in Battlefield. They have that here, and I believe in Ground War for Modern Warfare and other modes like that. The tanks feel alright. I mean, I'm not really much of a vehicles guy. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that there is some variety in the game that maybe you guys would enjoy. I don't really care much about vehicles. There's also boats that, you know, it's up to you guys if you want to do that. And then obviously the ground vehicles, which look more like Hummers, and vehicles like that are also in here. I'll show you guys a clip in a second. But overall, they play pretty well. The driving is fine. The driving is a little different though. You don't hold the back buttons. You kind of just press forward, kind of like Far Cry, the way Far Cry vehicles handle, which is maybe a little different for some of you guys. I know some people do not enjoy that, but I'm fine with it, right? Because it's, I mean, how much more simple can it be? You just hold the stick forward, you know, and then turn when you turn, you know. So it just depends on what your taste is. I think overall though, this game is worth playing, and since we're halfway through the video, guys, I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10. That's the highest score I could give it, because it does have a few kinks and stuff. There is hackers in some of the matches, unfortunately. They're invading every game. But the cool thing is, there's a practice mode where you play with AI, kind of like you know, Helldiver style, where you just play with AI. So if you want to enjoy that, it's available. They have full games going on and stuff. So when you get tired of going to matches with hackers, which is, to be honest, it's not as common as other FPSs, you do have that option. I wanted to show some daytime as well. Since, you know, just to show you that the maps are nice. This is another map here that I think is pretty good. You just have to get used to them. I think there's a trench-like map, which I didn't get for the clips, but it's my least favorite. You know, I'm sure some people like that kind of stuff. More on the tactical side where you wait a lot. I'm more of a rush style player, which you'll see in the clips. You'll notice that I like to rush in, you know, and get the kills and stuff. And maybe my kill to death ratio won't be as hot as other people, but it's fine. At least I'm having fun. Here's some of the modes: attack and defend, team deathmatch, king of the hill, and there's battle practice. That's the one with the AI that you fight the AI. Threshold. And the AI is smart. It's not dumb. So it feels like you're playing a genuine game, which makes it more fun, right? Alright, so right here there is some of the clips in, I think this is my favorite map, to be honest, for team deathmatch. I do get quite a bit of kills on this one. And to be honest, it's just a lot of fun to play on. I think I would recommend Team Deathmatch overall as my favorite mode. I know it was just added because like I said, I'm a Modern Warfare guy, not really a Battlefield guy, even though I will be getting Battlefield 6 because it's one of the better Battlefields, right? They did such a good job. So overall, graphics, gameplay, gunplay, the handling, there's some heaviness if you pick a heavier gun, so they do have that. They have some good physics, and, you know, ragdoll effects here and there. Good gore. You know, the hit detection works for the most part. There's some latency sometimes, which will tell you on the top of the screen, but overall I think this is definitely a game worth playing, and you have nothing to lose. Completely free, guys. That's the best part. Go ahead and download it when you get a chance. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Overall, 8 out of 10, well earned and well enjoyed. But I'm gonna go ahead, guys, and end it right here. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe when you get a chance. And like I always say, go game.